Let's make some butterscotch and chocolate chip cookies. This recipe makes 4 dozen, so what we're going to do is we're going to divide the dough in half. Half is going to be chocolate chips, half is going to be the butterscotch, because we're making these for gift baskets for the holidays. Alright, this recipe calls for 2 3/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup of softened butter. I just throw it in the microwave to melt it a little bit. That's 2 sticks of butter. Let's see, 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So we're going to get all this incorporated in here. Alright, once we get the dough all incorporated, we're going to divide it in half. Half is going to be chocolate chips, and the other half is going to be butterscotch. So we're going to divide it in half. Add about 1 cup of the chips at a time. I may end up making like double this, so I'm going to reserve half of the bag of each of the chips just in case I need it. Alright, so first batch chocolate chips. Again, we're going to use about half the bag. We're going to save this for the next batch, and we're going to incorporate all the chocolate chips into the. Alright, the chips are incorporated, so now we're going to take little spoonfuls of this, like a literal spoonful, and we're going to roll it into a ball. These cookies will spread a little bit as they cook because of the butter, so you want to make sure that you give them a little bit of room in between. So we're just going to kind of squish it together, roll it into a ball, just pick up the other chocolate chips that fell out, and that's literally what we're going to do. We're going to take a little scoop, roll it into a ball, and spread them about 1 inch or 2 apart. All right, we've got our chocolate chips. Now we're going to do the same thing with the butterscotch chip. And same thing, we're going to use about half the bag of the butterscotch and incorporate the. All right, we got our 2 dozen of the butterscotch chips. So we're just waiting for the chocolate chip ones to come out of the oven, and then these ones go in for 10 minutes. We bake them at 375 degrees, 10 minutes, or until they aren't completely soft in the middle. They should have a little bit of hardness to them, but these will be soft and chewy cookies. All right, so here's the chocolate chip cookies. So if you look, they actually have a pretty rounded shape and they don't look watery in the middle, so that's kind of how you know they're done. I don't want these to be super brown, so just barely golden brown. Do it however long you would like for them to be done. This was in our last video, our little mini pumpkin loaf. So we are going to package all of this stuff up, and I'll show you guys how I'm going to package it for a gift this evening as well. And we've got the butterscotch cooking. And these are the finished butterscotch cookies. They turned out pretty darn good. Just a light golden brown. If you like yours a little darker than that, cook them a few minutes longer. If you like them nice and light like this and soft and chewy, that was what I was going for, was the soft and chewy. So just enough that the chips melt inside. All right, so I will be posting a couple more recipes this evening. I'm gonna make some homemade loaves of bread to give away as gifts. And let's see, some shepherd's pie for a couple of the kids that are adults and they don't really cook for themselves much. So figured I would be a good mom and cook them some homemade food. So stay tuned, we've got a couple more videos for the night.